Hello, participants. You are welcome to this course on VO2. I remain your facilitator, Professor Isaac Shamani Rabo Butsut. Today,
Today we will be looking at the management of breeding stock in ruminants, breeding stock in cattle, and then the breeding stock in sheep and goats. As for content, it will follow the normal flow, which is introduction, objectives, the main contents, the breeding bull, the breeding of cows and heifer, the mating systems. Then we look at the natural mating, control mating, synchronization, artificial insemination, management of pregnant cows, pasteurization or calving in cattle, management of the calf. We look at the conclusion, summary, and then we take some class activities. After that, we look at further reading and references. By way of introduction, the success of any farm animal production lies in the ability to produce good quality traits which form the basis for selection and breeding to achieve the objectives of production. The male as well as the female are important because each of them provide half of the inherited characteristics of the offspring. Therefore, the stockman, i.e. the farmer, must accord good care for the breeding stock in farm animals. By way of objectives, at the end of this unit, you should be able to discuss how to take care of a bull meant for breeding in cattle farm. Discuss how to take care of a cow or heifer used for breeding in a cattle farm. Determine the best age to use breeding stock in a cattle farm. Recognize the heat period of a cow or a heifer. Identify a pregnant cow. List the management tips required for a good husbandry of a bull and cow. The management of breeding bull. Breeding bulls are those used to mate the cow or heifer, young female cow. Below are measures for effective management of breeding bull. They should be kept alone in a pen to prevent indiscriminate mating. The bull must not be used more than twice a week to prevent being overused and the frequency drops as the bull ages. A young bull can be used for breeding as from 2 years of age, and this is a function of many factors such as good and adequate feeding, health and general management practices. When used on pasture, a mating ratio of 1 to 10 is recommended. This means 1 bull to 10 cows. If this limit is exceeded, it may result into low sperm count, ejaculates. Breeding bulls must be adequately fed with low quality roughage and very little quantity of concentrates. They must not be overfed or underfed. They must not be allowed to put on excess fat. This can be prevented by controlled feeding and allowing the bull to exercise, usually on pasture. Exercise is also important for the breeding bulls to prevent sluggishness. Breeding bulls must be upstanding with good legs. Hence, they must be under the watchful eye of the stockman to ensure that they do not sustain injury on the legs or any part of the body. The hooves must be trimmed regularly to prevent overgrowth, foot rot, or lameness. Management of breeding cows and heifer. A cow is a female ruminant that is already large being used for breeding, while a heifer is that which has not been used at all. Like the bull, the cow must be adequately fed with good quality feed, water in a barn or house. Female cattle are often kept together but separated as the need arises for mating. They must be allowed a lot of exercise. They must be allowed to graze with the bull to stimulate or help detect the heat period, which is the period that female animals are very receptive to their male counterpart. Prior to this period, the cow can be given feed in form of concentrate to enhance conception rate. This act is called flushing. The heat period of a cow lasts for about 17 hours and it repeats itself every 21 days except if pregnant. When the cow is on heat, it becomes restless, moves and mounts on one another. The external part of the vulva becomes swollen. It stands and allows the male to ride or attempt to ride other females. The moment the cow is detected to be on heat, mating must be carried out at about 12 hours after to ensure a good conception rate. Detection of heat is now computerized in some dairy farms in developed countries and in some dairy farms in Niger State, Nigeria. A young female ruminant ruminant cattle are called heifer and comes on their first heat at about 1 year of age, especially in the temperate countries. In Nigeria, it's about 3 years. At this point, they must not be used for mating. However, a heifer is ready for breeding from 18 to 21 months of age and can have its first calving at about 30 to 36 months of age. Mating systems. Cohabitation between male and female is called mating. In animal production, there are different mating systems that can be used. Natural mating. This is a mating system where the male is allowed to stay with the female and mate without assistance or interference from the attendant or the stockman. Control mating. This is a mating system where a particular bull or bulls are assigned to mate a particular cow or cows in a pen or in an enclosure. This system is used where breeding records are important and are taken. There are two types of control mating, namely synchronization and artificial insemination. Synchronization. In this type of control mating system, the estrus of the cow is synchronized such that all come on heat about the same time. In this situation, synthetic sex hormones such as estrogens that comes under different trade names are either injected or implanted either through the vagina or the ear on the cow or heifer. This causes the animals to come on heat about the same time, hence they could be mated either by the use of artificial insemination or a bull at the same time. The advantage is that it allows for easy management of the cows and their offspring, especially if there is a loss of dam at calving. Hence, the calf could be fostered. Artificial insemination. This is also another form of control mating. This is the process of collecting semen from living sperm from proven bulls using dummy female or vagina and the timely introduction of same to the reproductive tract of a ready female. This is only practiced on some government farms in Nigeria or private farms. The main problem with the system is that of heat detection. However, the system has the advantage of preventing disease and also overcoming time and space problems. Management of pregnant cows. The gestation period in cows is 272 to 292 days with an average of 283 days. Immediately the cow holds on to service, i.e. become pregnant, it must be separated if it is a farm where separate pens are available for pregnant or in cows. Otherwise, it must be kept under the watchful eye of the attendant to prevent fighting or any action that can lead to abortion. The cow is confirmed to be pregnant if it does not return to estrus, and when introduced to a male, it will refuse mounting. Other means of detecting and confirming pregnancy include rectal palpation at about the 5th week after mating through the genital organ of the cow. The trained technician or a veterinarian wears a glove and inserts his or her hand into genitals through the rectum of the cow and gently palpates or feel the development of the estrus. Hormonal changes in the animal system can also be monitored. Observation of physical behavior changes of the cow as it begins to undergo conformational changes around the belly and loin area can also be monitored. Adequate feeding, good health care, and gentle handling must be given the cow at the first trimester of pregnancy to prevent abortion. A good combination of good quality succulent grass and legumes must be provided with substantial supply of water. Slippery floor must be avoided to prevent falling and dislocation. Drought must not be allowed in the stall and pen and adequate ventilation ensured. Pregnant cows must not be allowed to walk long distances to prevent stress that may lead to abortion. Towards pasteurization, the in-cow must be well monitored. A maternity pen must be washed, disinfected, well bedded, and must be prepared for calving. At about the 272 days of pregnancy, an in-cow is ready to calve. It must be taken to the calving or maternity pen some few days to end of pregnancy, which can be calculated from the records kept by the stockman. If calving must be done on pasture, a clean, quiet, secluded place must be prepared for it while the stockman watches, in case assistance is required. Towards calving, the udder becomes bigger, the vulva also swells, and the ligaments around the tail head drops. Hormones such as oxytocin are released, which helps in the contraction of the uterus. The amniotic fluid is released and the animal pushes for the fetus to be expelled. Normally, the fetus comes out with the head laid over the forelegs for ease of passage. After this, the placenta is expelled and buried. The cow must not be allowed to eat it. If the placenta does not come out between 5 to 8 hours of calving, or fetus comes with wrong presentation, the assistance of a veterinarian must be sought. In this part of the world, the cow licks the calf immediately after calving to stimulate the lungs to respiratory action. Whereas in advanced world, this trait has been bred from the animals. The cow must be cleaned by washing the vulva and the calf separated from the mother where such facilities exist in the farm. Soon after birth, calves must be identified by tagging, tattooing, branding, or ear notching. After the pasteurization, the calf must be gently introduced to the normal feeds. Under artificial rearing, some mixed replacers take place, or bucket feeding of the animals. This is a typical case of a bucket feeding. In other words, the calf is separated from the mother and the milk is being shared to them through a milk bucket and a nipple. Now we have this class activity which you should endeavor to do. What is the mating ratio allowed in cattle production? List the signs of heat in heifer or any cow. What management method of rearing is preferred in a dairy cattle farm? Describe this management method. Please do this. In conclusion, in this unit, the importance of good management for the bull as well as the cow or heifer were highlighted. Different mating systems and identification of heat period were discussed. The management of pregnant cow and the calf were also discussed. In summary, the success of any cattle production is hinged on the ability to manage and select good breeding stock. Bulls must not be used for breeding before 2 years of age, but be adequately fed and not overfed to the extent of becoming fat. Legs must be adequately taken care of. Breeding bulls must have a lot of exercise and each must not be mated with more than 10 females. Cows or heifers must be watched for their heat period and mated 12 hours after. Heifer must not be used for breeding before age of 18 months. They must be well attended to during calving. Different mating systems such as natural mating, controlled mating, and artificial insemination could be used. Calves could be reared under natural or artificial systems. By way of further reading and references, you can refer to Cate and Elster 1986. You can also look at Payne and Wilson 1999, Williamson and Payne 1980. Thank you.